GM, everybody. We're gonna give it probably around like another 5 minutes to people flowing in here. Like I said before, we're going to be giving it a couple minutes just to have people flow in. Feel free to join Never Was stream. Who's going to be streaming what we're talking about today. I'm gonna give it another 2 minutes and we'll start up unsolved user problems. If somebody wants to kick lo-fi from this room, that would be great. And then we'll start. Great. GM, everybody. Welcome to Unsolved User Problems. If you haven't been to this meeting before, which I'm sure most of you have, but the name is pretty self-explanatory. We're going to be digging into problems users are having, basically. And these are tickets and everything that operations, well, parts of what operations does. So let's go into the resolves that happened this week. We had a bounty picked up for a UI bug that was done by Seth, and I think Seth is actually here, so thank you for taking that up.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, great. We'll have definitely some more bounties coming soon, for sure. And they'll definitely be displayed in this meeting going forth as well.
Hey, I'm looking for a stocking stuffer. You wouldn't happen to have any bounties available, would you?
We can, once we actually get over to the bug board, there might be some stuff that will be bounties maybe soon enough. But unfortunately, Ocean will not be in this meeting today, so we won't be able to discuss that with him. But next one, we'll have some, most likely. But it'll be after Christmas, unfortunately.
Just to interject real quick, because that was one of my topics for today. Are we going to cancel this meeting next week because of the holidays?
We are.
All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure we covered that. Thank you.
Portis getting stuck after sending one transaction on ETH. That was solved. And cannot pair Trust Wallet via Connect Wallet or Wallet Connect was also fixed. We had a weird bug come up today. I currently under to be recreated, though we have recreated it. There's when you go to app.shapeshift.com and you have a native wallet paired or saved, it actually says 52 years for each one, which is weird.
OG hodlers.
OG, very OG.
So do we have some states that are hanging out in recreation to try and measure where we kick over from a week ago to 52 years? I'm interested in where that happens.
Myself and Ron both paired wallets today. And Ron actually has one that was over a day old. You go ahead and talk about that, Ron.
Yeah, mine's currently sitting at a day old. It looked like early on it might be a little bit of a rounding thing. It was kicking to rounding up to the hour a little bit early, but nothing like significant like days or years yet. I'll probably keep an eye on it over the next week or two and see if we hit a point where it bumps up, and at least that way we'll know approximately how long it takes before that error shows up.
Yep. So we're putting this down as to be recreated. We'll be watching that, but not a huge bug.
And if I'm remembering correctly from the thread, disconnecting and reconnecting resolves it?
Absolutely.
Cool.
So that's one we're just going to be watching to see if it actually pops up as at some point to just rounding up to 52 years.
Can we tag support in that thread and let them know that there is troubleshooting steps around this in case we get reports of this coming in?
Yeah, for sure. Somebody wants to do that.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll let them know that.
Cool.
That it just needs to be disconnected and reconnected with the seed phrase.
Great. All right, moving on from the DAO tracking sheet, considering we only had one bug ticket. Moving on to the GitHub portion. Moving on to the bug board. Do you have any updates for us, Fox McCloud?
Nothing huge. I know anything in that backlog's not being prioritized at the moment. We really are going to start trying to use more of the backlog and the to-do column as they're intended, where, you know, as bugs come up and as things come up, we definitely want to create the ticket for tracking purposes. And so we're aware of any issues, but they'll probably just live in that backlog until they do get prioritized. You can see there's one ticket pulled into to do right now. If you flip back to the bug board. Yeah, that user has app updated regression. I know DeFi Cafe is working on that one. Also, in terms of the bug board, we can actually, if you don't mind, that external, the one with the purple check mark, external page enabled to pair trust wallet, as you mentioned, that's resolved. So we can drag that on over to resolved. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sorry, I should have done that myself. Yeah, the page doesn't scroll too well. You might have to do it in 2 steps, which is fine if you need to. We're done. Yeah, not resolved. Perfect. Thank you. It doesn't need to be at the bottom. It's all good. And then the other one that's being worked on at the moment is that second from the bottom, create new asset for each Bitcoin format. That's not the resolution that was kind of decided on, but Beard and DeFi Cafe met one-on-one after we had a larger meeting with some what it was between engineering and product. I think there was a few other people there as well. I think some of ops was there. So I haven't updated the ticket because Beard and DeFi Cafe kind of came to the resolution, but they know what they're doing and they're working forward. So hopefully soon we'll be able to see multiple Bitcoin formats, and hopefully we're laying the groundwork for just multiple account handling as well, which is very exciting and also very required for us to get to parity to eventually deprecate beta.shapeshift and rely solely on the V2. So those are all things being worked on. And just reviewing this, sorry, that Portis gets stuck after sending one transaction on ETH is also done. So we can update that guy as well.
Cool. And if there's nothing else from you, Fox, we could move into Tyler giving us an update on Cypress and explaining what we'll be doing in the future.
Totally. GM everyone. This is definitely a quicker unsolved user problems today, not having the ability to do some live bounty work with tickets. But we will be right back at it in the new year. One of the things that we've discovered is a little bit of a bottleneck, and something that we can use a lot of bounty work out on is doing some automated end-to-end testing inside our product suite that we've never really had before. So our hope was to take a lot of the checks that we have inside our deployment tests and our regression tests and see if we can get some of those things inside end-to-end tests inside Cypress. And so there right now is an initial bounty out to get Cypress and the framework just started. But we need to go in and fill in specific bounty tickets for the tests we'd like to see. So ops started making a list, I believe, a day or two ago of some of the highest priority tests that we do that we believe would be easy Cypress tests. Otherwise, I don't know if you have a notion up. Yep. You can check this out inside the operations notion inside the testing page as well if you're ever looking for where some of our resources are. If you haven't checked out the operations notion, I would also say check it out. There's lots of templates in there, all of the retros, and agendas are in there, and everything that we're working out of for testing is in there as well, and triage. So here we see probably like 10 or 12, maybe 15 different things that we feel would potentially be available to run inside a Cypress test. And our hope is to flesh this out further, as well as start a ramp up of writing GitHub tickets for these in detail. Not having Ocean here kind of blocks us a little bit, because from the ops perspective, we definitely wanted to have Ocean write the first ticket so we have an understanding of the script and needs of what would go into one of these Cypress tickets, so we can empower all of ops to write these tickets. But our hope is upon the new year, we will see a plethora of things up on the bounty board and in Gitcoin for people of all different kinds of experience to come in and start helping, so you don't have to dive into the most deepest crypto coding right now, and you might be able to do something lighter like documentation, like Seth's been taking on, or like these Cypress tests. And there's definitely a whole bunch of interactions and features, like sending funds or interacting with the key that has a physical button, or maybe like a ledger or something like that. We won't be able to run Cypress tests on, but we're hoping that this will relax the amount of edge cases that operations needs to test on a regular basis. And we will also build a secondary list of manual tests. And from the two of these lists, we will meet back up with engineering and re-record a testing agreement of what we both agree to and expectations of what a smoke test looks like, what a regression test looks like, what a deployment test looks like, and how all of that plugs into the release process that has just been presented by Ocean that we presented last week here. So yeah, that's the quick 411 on that. Happy to answer any questions that you guys might have. If there are any questions in the audience.
At this point, we're going to enter into the QA portion. This is going to be a very quick meeting.
I would say I do see some people in the audience that are maybe some familiar faces that might be interested in joining the operations work stream. We have 2 open positions starting on the 1st that we're going to be looking to fill for more operations assistants. I used to have the ability to provide the triage role to people so they can see our channel, but that got mixed up in some of the perms that have been going on. So I need to reach back up to GK to see if he could do that or if I can do that as well. But if you're interested in being a part of our process and seeing what we're doing to see if the ops life is something you'd be interested in joining our squad for, please DM me, and I'll make sure that we can get you the correct roles and we can put some training wheels on you and see what you think about doing some of our recreation processes and being involved with our work stream.
Yeah, we should also mention that next week is going to be a light week. We will only have 1 person available for just general emergencies. And we have, and we'll probably post that into public operations, right?
Yeah, we'll have a post of that in public operations, and also I'm planning on addressing it in a slide in the governance call later this week with both on-call schedule for operations as well as engineering, so people know who to contact if shit hits the fan while we're all enjoying our Yule log, our respective Yule logs. Any questions, feedback, comments about the process?
Did you say those were full-time roles? Or I'm sorry if I missed that, or maybe they're posted somewhere.
They are full-time roles.
Okay.
They're good call out. They aren't posted on the jobs or bounty board yet. They are scoped inside the work stream outline, but that's about it. But it's the same roles that were previously filled by Ron and Neverwas. They'll still be doing it. We're just adding to the team, but it's the same job responsibilities that Neverwas, Ron, Lech, and ShapeShiftDAO are currently fulfilling. Our hope too is that we're not going to do too much of a deep interview process, that we would have people kind of DAO it with us a little bit, and then we would kind of take it from there, kind of similarly to how Ron and Neverwas just plugged into the system and then we're found roles.
Yes, definitely helping out in triage and coming in and saying hello and helping out is a great first step. All right. Well, if nobody else has anything, I think we'll cut this meeting short.
Give everyone some time back.
Yep.
Thanks for all the meetings today and yesterday, guys.